guys, it's Sarah, and today I am going to be doing the leap year tag, and this is a book tag that I was tagged in from Krista from Books and Jams, so thank you, Krista. And I wanted to post this on the 29th because today is leap year, so yay fun. Extra day in the year. So question 1 is an extra day. What is a book that brought a little something extra for you? I'm gonna say Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter, and it's not a little something extra. This is a lot of something extra. I went into this is my first Karen Slaughter book that I read, and I had heard it was really good and I was really excited to read it. And I read it, but I don't feel I was properly informed about what this book was in, what was in this book. Oh man, this is like a cup of coffee that has 15 shots of espresso and a pump of every single flavor and all of the whipped cream and toppings. I mean, there is so much in this book that is just, I felt like I was getting slapped left and right by things that were happening in here. And the, what's the word I'm looking for? The content, very disturbing. This is one of the most disturbing books I've ever read. But I loved every minute of it. So this is one of my all-time favorite books. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I just definitely so much in here that I was not expecting. So it's fantastic. Question number 2 is a big leap. What is one book that you either are or you were before you read it very afraid to read? And for me, that's actually one that I'm currently reading, and that's Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is a very intimidating book series because it's so old and it's such a classic piece of fantasy. It's probably the ultimate fantasy book. So picking this up, I was a little bit intimidated and just not sure if I was going to be able to follow it correctly or if I was going to be able to understand it, or, it's very slow paced. So I was afraid I would get bored, but I'm really not. I'm taking it very, very slowly. We're taking 2 months to read this book. And that's a good pace, I think, for me to realistically keep on top of it. I think if I were just trying to read this randomly, I probably wouldn't pick it up as much. So this one definitely, but I'm currently reading it. I'm almost halfway through and I'm enjoying it. Okay, question number 3 is every 4 years, what is the 4th book you read this year? I don't know. I have my reading planner right here. So let's take a look. The 4th book, I do write them down in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. I actually had it sitting right there. You Were There Too by Colleen Oakley. I loved this book. This was a surprise 5-star. It was sent to me from the publisher. I was not expecting to love this book as much as I did. I just really didn't know much about it. It does involve 2 people who are having dreams that feature the other person in them, but they don't know who they are. So, our main character, who's a woman, has this man who's in her dreams on a consistent basis. She doesn't know who he is. She doesn't know anything about him. It's just someone who shows up in her dreams all the time. And then she ends up actually meeting him in real life. And then he confesses that she's been in his dreams as well. So they're exploring what all that means. And I loved it. Okay, so this next one's almost like a treasure hunt. So question 4 is 366 days in a leap year. Looking at your 3rd shelf, name the 6th book on that shelf, and then name the 6th book after that. Okay, so, pardon me. So shelf 3, I'm going to start like up here. I have a ton of books up here. So that'll be shelf 1, 2, 3. And then the 6th book, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is The Known World by Edward P. Jones. I have not read this yet, but this is Pulitzer Prize winning historical book. And I've never read it, but I do own it. And then 6th book after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is The Distant Hours by Kate Morton. I've yet to read a Kate Morton book, but I have a feeling that I would love her. Okay, so question number 4. That was question number 4. Question number 5 is leaping ahead. Name 4 books that you want to read by the next leap year. Or alternative, name something on your bookish bucket list that you want to complete by the next leap year. So that's in the next 4 years. Oh gosh, let's see. Name 4 books you want to read by the next leap year. I could probably do that. I would say some of the biggest ones on my TBR that I have not read yet that I really, really want to, well, I want to read all of them. The ones that stand out to me are The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I really want to read the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer. I really want to read a Kate Morton book. Let's talk about that since she's on my mind now. And a 4th one, I would say Karen Slaughter, like more Karen Slaughter. I want to read all of the Karen Slaughter books. So those are 4, like, one book series, 2 authors, basically, that I would like to get to before the next leap year. And then a bookish bucket list. I would like to make a good amount of progress on my Great American Reads list, which I have an overall life goal to read all of the books on that list. Okay, so number 6, leapfrog. Name a book on your TBR that has green on it. I think the biggest one that comes to mind is probably Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. That's a pretty green cover. Okay, question number 7 is bad luck. What bookish things do you steer clear from? Bookish things. Oh gosh. What do I steer clear from? Political memoirs. No, thank you. I'm not interested in any of that kind of stuff. I don't know what else. I'm pretty open to reading most things, honestly. I'm pretty picky about my nonfiction. You know, like I will only really pick up what I want. I'm really into true crime right now. So, you know, when I do pick up a nonfiction, that's kind of what I'm gearing towards, but I don't read political memoirs or anything like that. I've read a couple in the past, but I'm just not interested in that kind of stuff, especially in our political climate. I think it's so toxic that I don't think any of them are even like worth reading. But other than that, I think I'm pretty open to reading a lot of things. Historical romance is something that I've kind of shied away from and never really like gotten into. I've read a couple here and there, but they never really stood out to me that much. But a lot of people have been talking about historical romances a lot lately. And now I'm kind of going, am I missing something? Am I missing out on something? I don't really know. So I would probably say that only because it's something that a lot of people are starting to talk about now, but I kind of tend to steer clear of it. And the last question is to tag 4 friends. And I think everyone that I would probably normally tag has already done this. So let me see. Let me think. Let me tag nobody. Here's why. Because when I post this, it's going up on the 29th. So leap year is going to be over by the time people even see it. And, you know, people aren't going to want to post that. So if you're watching this and you make videos and you want to do it, then do it. Like, it's fun. So that's going to be it for me today. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know what some of your answers down below are, and I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.